Woof, woof, woof. All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Hear Me Out podcast in association with True Hall of Fame Builds. I'm your host, Michael May, and today we getting back into it, y'all. So now we're gonna start diving in to some testimony and different things of the actual court case. We're gonna start pretty fast. Because we have a lot to go through today for this one. Now, I want to say shout out to the big dog Shazette. I'm going to be reviewing his video, and Myron Gaines, who is a former FBI agent. Shout out to him. As I always say, hit the like button on your way in. Everybody, all parties are innocent until proven guilty. I am choosing, I'm not on the side of Diddy, nor am I on the side of Cassie. I am on the side of justice. I believe in doing what's right, and that's what I'm sticking with. Whether people like it or not, whether people want to hear it or not, that's the side that I'm on. You know, so we're going to dive right in real fast. We're not going to waste no time with this one today. Once again, shout out to Shazette. This is part two. Listen, y'all.
So, guys, I hate to say it, but Don Rashard was destroyed on the stand today. Miss Westmoreland was asking her, so did you pretend to do, D's with Diddy? And she said, yes. She said, oh, so that was a facade. She said, have you seen Diddy do the boog shug? She said she never told the government that she saw him do the boog shug. You told the government you never saw him do the boog shug. Testimony has changed quite a few times, Miss Westmoreland said. As time goes on, your story seems to change.
So, as I said, there are so many different people that said that this lady Dawn got destroyed on the stand. People, I'm gonna keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. People are saying, non-biased people are saying, Dawn got destroyed. The only people who are saying, oh yeah, she really hurt Diddy, are people who are biased and they're going for Cassie. I'm going for neither side. I want to go on the side of justice. But let's keep rocking.
And Dawn literally said yes. So
wow. So guys, we're talking about Don Richard, who happens to be one of the key witnesses in the Diddy case. Now, I understand this. There are people who are reporting on this whole thing, and they understand that they have an audience and they have to maintain a certain level of emotional connection with their audience. I'm interested in individuals who are inside the courtroom, and the question I want to know is, are they getting closer to proving that he's guilty of trafficking and racketeering? And this doesn't seem like this went that well for Don Richards.
Now, I will say this. Let me let this commercial rock. I will say this. This, once again, this is the part, people, that people don't want to understand.
And then
people, Don did nothing today. All these testimonies are only gonna exhaust the jurors, but let's keep going.
One stop. That's the D dealer who would bring Diddler his substances. But the thing is, Dawn said, yes, I saw Diddy buy it from him. But then in the testimony, the cross-examination, she says she never actually saw him give the money, but saw assistants give money. So you see the loopholes these lawyers deal with. So the assistant gave the money, but not Diddy. And the lawyer said, so that was a lie. Another story changed. Yes, different. She texted Diddy. Also, she wanted to get back into business with him. And everybody keeps saying, if Diddler threatened your life, why would you ever want to go back? And again, this just shows, the level of assault you know, the level of how bad you want your dream, and the diddler was a gatekeeper to it all. So even though she had been through all that stuff, she still was willing to go back.
People, how can you listen to other content creators tell you that Dawn, she did an amazing job? They were able to show proof. Dawn, if Diddy was so bad, why did you reach out to Diddy not so long ago saying, hey, she wants to get back into music? Because people, listen to me. I'm gonna say this to some of y'all. I don't care if you in the movie industry. I don't care if you in the music industry. I don't care what industry you in. Who you're associated with, who you stand near. This is the reason why, y'all, I like to always be moving. I like to be seen around a plethora of different people, because I never want people to only associate me with one person, because she's heavily associated with Diddy, and most people aren't going to want to touch somebody who is heavily associated with Diddy, back in the day or not. So I want to go on record saying that. You know what I'm saying? But how people, I'm gonna say this again. This case, if this case falls by the seam, we can't be surprised. People, you can't say somebody is so horrible and go back to them. You can't do that.
I'm going to go back in, guys. I got to get back in the court building.
You see, that's the thing, right? I see so many people who are really passionate about all this. I think Diddy's a monster as well. But a lot of people sit there thinking to themselves, if I was in that situation, I'd have done something different. You're seeing key witnesses here who still wanted to engage in business with Diddy even after what they saw him do. I mean, was she being manipulated as well? What do you say to that? Next here we have an attorney who goes into...
Right. So how many people, hear me out. Listen to me, y'all, listen to me. If Diddy's a one-man Rico, that means he is manipulating everybody to work for him without knowing that they're working for him. This man must be like a master magician or something. There is something about Diddy that he is like the master magician. It gotta be something, y'all. It has to be something. It has to be something. Now, this is and he's right. The problem is a lot of these other content creators, they're trying to these content creators are trying to emotionally get their audience attached. This is why some people are with Cassie and some are with Diddy. I am with nobody. I am on the side of the law. Now let's listen, y'all. Now let's listen.
Deeper questions about Dawn's testimony. Her video here is captioned, hits emotionally, but does it prove anything? Let's check it out.
Dawn took the stand, but what exactly did her testimony really prove? Let's be real. It wasn't trafficking. It wasn't RICO. So why does it matter?
Now y'all listening. Listen, this is a former prosecutor, y'all. Listen.
I'm Stuana Dassery. I'm an experienced prosecutor who's tried SA cases as well as trafficking cases. So here's my take on Dawn's testimony. You remember Dawn from Danity Kane. She was a former Danity Kane singer. And when she testified, her continued testimony today, she told about instances where she saw Diddy allegedly beat Cassie, and based on her testimony, made a threat to her and several witnesses. Now, the most shocking was a 2009 incident where Diddy allegedly tried to hit Cassie with a skillet, then he beat her and dragged her And afterwards, he threatened her and another witness saying, quote, "People go missing when they talk." Now, let that sink in. That's not drama. That's intimidation, or at least that's what the prosecution is saying.
Right.
But defense attorney Nicole Westmoreland, I thought she did a great job trying to discredit Dawn by saying she didn't tell prosecutors this statement earlier on in her interviews with prosecutors. They also hit on the fact that she wasn't doing well in her career as a artist. And they also, what I thought was pretty good on their part, brought up the fact that Dawn contacted Diddy after experiencing all of this, after seeing this, after this allegedly being threatened. She actually called Diddy to work with him again. And so
people, so what are we people? This is why I said, for y'all, only the ignorant people think Dawn killed it today. Dawn, she buried Diddy. She's the nail in the coffin. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Attorney Westmoreland was able to bring that out. Now, regardless to whatever side you fall on regarding how helpful Dawn's testimony was or not, and if you're one of those people who think that her testimony was heavy, it doesn't automatically prove trafficking or racketeering. But I tell you what, it does prove something else. Her testimony directly supports Cassie's violence claims. It helps show a pattern of physical abuse, and it helps the jury to say maybe, just maybe, Cassie was scared. Maybe she didn't feel safe to leave.
You see, people, what they're trying to do is this. They're trying to turn Diddy into this physical monster, punching and beating and kicking, and then saying, see, this is why we have to say trafficking and extortion. So they can't directly prove, so they have to go around. All right.
And maybe that is the reason for her delayed reporting. That's the key to credibility and to explain.
And now, remember, maybe Dawn witnessed all this and came back to Diddy saying she wants to work with Diddy. Maybe what she seen really wasn't as bad. Maybe she wasn't afraid of Diddy. Do you see how easily it is for me to manipulate the word maybe? But what hurts everybody, y'all, listen to me. What hurts everybody is they all came back to Diddy. They all came back. People, are you
explaining Cassie's long silence? Now,
I mean, none of us can deny the fact that Cassie was in a very, very abusive relationship. We're talking about physicals. Because I see comments of people who say, there was no abuse. I'm like, dude, when I see people leave those comments, I'm like, there was abuse. Now, was it trafficking? Is the question, right? At what point was she okay with the sexual things that were going on?
Right.
And at what point might have it become that she was afraid of her life if she was to stop participating in those freak-offs?
But even with that, she left and still came back. People, We got 83 in the live stream. Please do me a favor. Hit the like button. We got 7 likes, y'all. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. I can't keep telling y'all guys to hit the like button, y'all. Like, I'm going to start hanging out with the Kevin Samuels and just straight going to commercial break, B. Like, come on, y'all. Like, I shouldn't have to tell y'all. Y'all see, I just came off a 2-hour live stream. Went and got food. Took a little 20-30 minute break. And now I'm back to it again. Come on, y'all. Hit the like button. Let's do the right thing. But now let's keep rocking and rolling.
That's what they're going to have to prove, is that she was forced to do those things.
Now let's talk about trafficking. That charge requires force, fraud, or coercion used to push someone into commercial sex acts. Now, I keep telling you guys in my earlier post that sex trafficking does not just involve handcuffs. Remember, handcuffs can also be the ones that you don't see, which is mental handcuffs. So Dawn's testimony is basically corroborating that Cassie didn't feel free to leave, and her participation in these FOs were done by coercion or fear. Dawn doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything about the FOs or that she witnessed any S parties. So her value there, indirect at best. Same with Rico. To prove that prosecutors need an organized criminal enterprise with repeated illegal acts, and they do not show that through Dawn's testimony.
Right.
Her story shows that Diddy was violent, maybe even threatening if you believe her story, but that's not the same as showing he ran a coordinated criminal network. So bottom line, Dawn helps the prosecution emotional story, not necessarily their legal burden.
So this is why I tell you guys, this is why I like to listen to the lawyers talk. She's a former prosecutor. You guys see me all weekend presenting information about other former prosecutors that dealt with big cases, O.J. Simpson cases, things of this nature. You have to understand that the charges are extortion, running a criminal enterprise, and trafficking. And nobody's shown this yet. Hit the like button, y'all. We got 103 in the building, man. Hit the like button.
And she makes Cassie look believable, more credible. But she's not the key, as you probably have already pieced together, to locking in on trafficking or RICO. So if you're watching this trial closely, don't confuse impact with proof. Follow for real courtroom. People.
And this is the reason why the last stream I said this is the reason why Tisa is the worst person to follow, because she thinks that having an impact is key when she still doesn't have no proof. There's no, oh yeah, they tore down Diddy. Where, y'all? Now, let me show you guys something, right? Let me show you guys something. Now, there is somebody who can potentially be a problem. And I want to just play the video real fast, right? And I'm gonna rewind it to the part where I left off, because I want y'all guys to understand this.
Let's just say when the money is moneying, folks suddenly get real comfortable sharing zip codes, skincare routines, and apparently men. But
the threats that he made prior to that.
We're moving on. So the trial is moving very...
Now, I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but if this is confirmed, listen, y'all.
Yes, and the energy is tense, and Diddy's legal team is trying hard to shut it all down. The testimonies are stacking, and they're not looking good for him. And with more witnesses expected to come forward,
people are so wrapped up in it not looking good. Like the lady just said, don't misunderstand an impactful witness versus a witness that's bringing proof. Now, let's keep rocking and rolling. Hit the like button, y'all. We got 127 in the building. I appreciate everybody being here. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, turn notifications, y'all. Let's keep going.
Walls are closing in fast. But speaking of more witnesses, the prosecution has been real secretive about who else is on this witness list. Word around the courtroom is that there were more women lined up to take the stand, and it's very apparent by now, especially with Diddy, this is just the beginning. And now word on the streets is that Gina Hewen is the prosecution's other star witness. Everything just hit a whole new level of messy. Not gonna lie, this is gonna be the final nail in the coffin because what she knows is probably way too much. And we already know that the history between her, Diddy, and Young Miami isn't the best. But seriously, if Gina does take the stand and all the dirt she's been holding on to comes out in court, Young Miami's whole world might just flip upside down. So let's talk about Miss Gina Hewen.
Now, I will say this. I've always told you guys, your boy Diddy got a great taste of women, man. And I'm not saying kinky stuff. I'm saying these chicks is hot. These chicks is gorgeous. And hey, this Gina chick right here, B, she nice. But now I want you to hear this, y'all. Listen to this. Cause this is what a lot of you guys, the only reason why I say she can be a problem, but you're gonna hear this lady say something about this girl Gina. Listen.
Hewen, a woman who's now rumored to be the prosecution's star witness, and why her stepping into that courtroom could blow this whole thing sky high. See, Gina isn't just an old flame of Diddy's, no. Diddy had a whole lineup of women, but quite a few stood out, and Gina is one of them that did. She's been in the picture for years. Word is they met back in the 2010s during one of Diddy's wild party eras, and Gina stuck around longer than most because it's said that she went official in 2015. What a patient fling. She wasn't just another fling, though. She was the girl he kept close, even while publicly entertaining other women, even while publicly denying relationship claims. Gina was always somewhere in the dark, loyal and patient. Gina and Diddy were on and off for years. Her name would disappear for a minute, but then bam, she'd be spotted boarding private jets, flexing Chanel bags, and casually being soft-launched into Diddy's background like a certified ghost of girlfriends past. The word in the streets is that Gina stayed real long because Diddy greased her real good.
So how credible of a witness would she be? Now, yeah, ready? Cassie didn't like her. This is the girl that Cassie can't stand her. Cassie can't stand this woman. Now, can I be honest with y'all guys? Can I possibly tell y'all what I think it is? Why I think maybe she couldn't stand up? Don't her and Cassie look a little similar? Is it me? Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, y'all. So I ain't got to go to commercial break. Is it me? Or do Cassie and her have very close similarities? Like light skin, nice lips, that exotic kind of look. Hey, let's keep going.
Gina and Diddy were on and off for years. Her name would disappear for a minute, but then bam, she'd be spotted boarding private jets, flexing Chanel bags.
Yet again, her and Diddy, people, on and off for years. People, you have to learn to understand the information. This people, he said, I see Diddy has a type. Right. Diddy has that light-skinned, exotic, and even the black women, they have this exotic kind of look. Like, ooh, Diddy got some good taste in looking women. I can't cap. Let's give Diddy a little round of applause. Round of applause. Round of applause. Let's give Diddy a little credit here. But hear me, seriously, all just aside. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, y'all. Come on, man. Let me see the numbers moving, man. Hear me. Every single chick always says, I've been off and on with Diddy for years. People, if Diddy is such a bad man, why are you off and on with Diddy for years? People, what it is this. If Diddy was doing something foul, they couldn't stand it. Then they left and they realized that people, I want you to understand, you can only experience the life that Diddy offers a woman if you're staying with Diddy. People, there's not many men that can live up to the Jay-Z status, live up to the Diddy status, live up to the 50 Cent status. This is the reason why they come back, because they miss the lifestyle. When are we gonna allow these women to take accountability for themselves? Oh, but Diddy, we know what Diddy did. Hit the like button, y'all. We know what Diddy did. We know what he did. We know what Diddy did. But these women gotta also take accountability, because you can't say, I've been off and on with Diddy for years. You can't do that. You cannot do that and think it's going to go well.
And casually being soft launched into Diddy's background like a certified ghost of girlfriends past. But word in the streets is that Gina stayed real long because Diddy greased her real good, so to speak. Staying behind the scenes was a very small price to pay when she was...
Look at her. She looks like Cassie. I could see why Cassie hated this girl. I could see why Cassie... People, this woman looks like Cassie. No, Cassie, if you watching, I get it. I get it. Why, Young Miami, you didn't really jump out the window. He said, didn't think that far. Well, I think he's saying far, but look at her. She is a young Cassie. Listen.
Was always being flued out, popping up in his stories every once in a while, and even allegedly living a full-time soft life of the bad boy budget.
And this is what Cassie said. Remember, and on day 2, she had issues. She had issues with the woman. They didn't want to say who it was, but we all know what happened. We all know Cassie didn't like her. This is Gina, y'all. This is Gina. Cassie didn't like her because Diddy put every woman before Cassie. But Cassie became more successful because of Diddy. Diddy brought her to the limelight, brought her to galas, brought her to all these places. So she got her name up too. She still got a chance to benefit from the situation, right? Right. Let's keep going though.
Now, in case you're wondering why Young Miami feels defeated right now, I'll explain. Heads up. When it comes to Diddy's love life, it's not a triangle, it's a messy web. Also, super important to note that before social media went up in flames over the steamy kiss between Gina Hewen and Diddy, Young Miami was already deep in the picture. She had been publicly linked to Diddy, making waves with her very flirty interviews and luxury vacations and red carpet appearances. But let's not pretend it was all hearts and roses. They were vocal about being in an open relationship. Diddy even described it as dating but single, whatever that means. But now that I think about it...
Did you hear it? People, everybody knew Diddy was in open relationships. Now, they were faithful to Diddy, but Diddy was He's Diddy. What do you
That was
expect?
kind of bold coming from a man whose roster had been more depth than an NBA team. But guess what, y'all? In that 2015, when Diddy hard launched Gina, the timing was sus. Because that would mean that Gina's thing with Diddy was overlapping with his long-term relationship with Cassie. The same Cassie who told the court Diddy was two-timing her with the late Kim Porter. Sis even said they all knew about each other and were basically sharing Diddy like a community boyfriend with billionaire benefits.
Did you hear that? They all knew about each other. So that means that to a certain degree, Diddy's not lying. He's not keeping nobody in the dark. Right? Come on, people. I can't be the only person that can see the common sense in this. Shout out to the 225, y'all, in the live stream. Please hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button, y'all. Get my likes up. Now, I want to turn my attention over to this. Because I told y'all I was going to bring y'all the Myron video. Shout out to Myron.
A CFA probably. Which, you know what? I guarantee you a certified forensic agent will probably testify to in this. That did the Cellbright stuff, I'm assuming. So anyway, and also probably every agent that sees the evidence from the different search warrant locations will also testify. We got the New York chick. She's a little bit of a rookie. She testified first for the hotel room. Someone's probably going to testify from Miami and someone's going to testify from LA.
Now, Myron also said, you know what looks bad for the prosecution? Because they found about $9 grand in Diddy's hotel room, right? Why did they confiscate Diddy's money? You're only allowed, as the feds, to confiscate money if the money was created illegally. Diddy's Diddy. He's a public figure. Diddy has made his money owning brands, freaking networks, Bad Boys. So that's gonna hurt them. Why did you confiscate Diddy's money? Whether it was in the hotel or his homes, they're gonna have to answer. Now, don't be surprised if Diddy gets his money back, because they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to. But if there's cash someplace, you can't confiscate somebody's money and automatically assume it's criminal enterprise. They haven't shown that yet. They haven't shown that. Diddy's been making money for a very long time. Diddy got long money. Diddy's money is longer than Train Smoke. Let's be clear, y'all. See, y'all guys don't understand certain intricate things of this case. But now I want to dive into this. I told y'all I was gonna react to this video. A lot of y'all gave me this video. And let's dive right into it. Now, I trust Myron because Myron is a former FBI agent. And me being in the armed service, you know, we understand laws in the different parts. So maybe I could break some of the things down. He's pretty thorough how he breaks things down. But then again, I love to react to his videos. So let's rock and roll.
LA. No search warrants is what I presume.
Yeah.
But going back to the cell phone stuff.
Wait, before we get off that, I just wanted to get this because we didn't get to it. Just approximate the jury makeup of the 18 people.
Oh shit. Okay, I'll give you the approximate. Very mixed. It's almost damn near 50-50 down the line. Different age groups. We got some young. I know there's like young white guys on there. There's young black women on there. There's like an African looking nigga on there. There's a Hispanic older woman on there. There's an older white guy on there. Extremely diverse.
Really?
Extremely diverse. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the big
almost
issues,
50-50 down the line and very diverse between white, black, Hispanic.
One of the big issues was, could they get a fair jury? And I'm gonna be honest with you, it did take a week, but they got there rather like sequentially. And I'm gonna be honest with you, what do you think about the judge? The judge seemed to be on business. He was not gonna let it, and I think he was a little bit perturbed that it went into Monday morning. But even Monday morning, they chopped it down from 45 or 43 to 18 pretty quick. Yeah. He's on his shit, right? What's your thoughts about him?
So the judge, and I want to make this very clear for our audience too. So people need to understand this when it comes to criminal cases that go to trial. The judge prioritizes the jury. That's what he cares about. He prioritizes the jury. He's like, fuck the lawyers, fuck the people in the back. I care about the jury. Because he looks at it like the jury is why we're here, and these are civilians that are inconveniencing themselves for due process. He does everything for them. So, like if they delay anything and the jury's waiting, he starts to get angry. And this is with any judge. Every single courtroom I've ever been in, when they go to trial, the judges always care about the jury. The jury's over everybody. They will rail out an AUSA or a defense attorney for the jury. Now that we know that, everything he does is like, okay, we need to be expedient to the jury. We got out at 3 o'clock today. Why? Because he wants the jury to not get burned out. And he knows that this is going to be a longer case. It's going to take all the way into like damn near July. So he's going from, first it was like.
So y'all listening, y'all listening. This case may be dragged out till July. Y'all know I'm covering all of this, right? Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe button, turn on notifications. I'm gonna cover all this. Y'all guys know here on this channel I do gaming content. I do man talk in the morning, but I'm definitely also covering this case. And you actually found somebody who is non-biased. People, all I care about are the facts, and I'm on the side of the law. I don't give two rat's asses about Diddy. I don't give two rat's asses about Cassie. None of them are the reason why I'm presenting this stuff. I am here because I am behind the law when it comes to this criminal case. Now, I'm not always behind the law, but in this case, and when it comes to certain things, if the trial is like, and this is the reason why I'm saying it, are they playing with dirty tactics against Diddy? Yes. It doesn't mean I'm siding with Diddy, but I can present that they are just playing dirty games with Diddy. They doing dirty games with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make an example out of this man. Hit the like button, y'all.
Like 9:30 to 5. Now this week he's going from 9, he's trying to start earlier to get them out at 3. And why is he doing that? Because he wants the jury to be refreshed and not to be frustrated and get bogged down. Because if you lose your alternates or whatever, it's you're cooked. So that's what judges care about the most. So yes, he's on point. But he's on point because judges are always cognizant of the jury. That's the #1 priority for them.
And by the way, I think your perspective might be a little bit, not a little bit, I think it's definitely probably influenced by not only your experience, but you're a federal court guy, right? Like you were a federal agent, you're a federal court guy. When I talk to like attorneys, many times. Right? When I talk to attorneys, like for example, Bradford Cohen and even Drew Finland, they're like, in state court, it's much more lackadaisical. That's why cases drag on. Like deadlines keep getting re-deadlining. Like it's like, hey, all right, we'll do it later. Let's another continuance. This judge, remember, he turned down Diddy's request for extra 2 months. No, let's get it going.
Oh, you know why,
now.
Right?
Why?
I didn't tell you. Okay, so first you want a speedy trial.
Yeah, that's what I said yesterday. Diddy can't ask for more time and then turn around. But the first thing you said was you asked for a speedy trial. You can't do that. You can't do that.
They always request a speedy trial. They don't get bond,
that, right? Yeah, because once you can't get bond, you want that speedy trial.
Yeah. So that's a given.
Big U just opted for that in his case. He's the only one who opted for it. Everybody else is like, yo, there's 20,000 wiretap calls. Yo, that's just.
Oh yeah, he's cooked, bro. You got wiretaps on somebody, bro. It's a wrap,
20,000, bro.
Like, see, here's the thing with human trafficking. And I was talking about this. I was talking with Shade Room. They interviewed me about this, but you get it first because they ain't posted. Look, as someone that's investigated human trafficking cases, I've been telling people this for fucking years, and they don't believe me. I tell them all the time. Human trafficking cases are not as common as people think they are, okay, in America, in the United States of America. And the reason why is because human smuggling is common, and that's what people conflate as human trafficking. 2 completely different crimes.
Right.
And the reason why human trafficking cases are not as prevalent is because it happens.
And trafficking are different. We'll explain.
Completely different.
Okay.
So human smuggling, I hope you guys better fucking support academics, man, because it's going to be a great show. So human smuggling is where people are trying to come to the United States illegally, and they're paying a human smuggling organization to come to the country, right? So it's basically the illegal movement of migrants into the United States. It's a for-profit business, right?
Right.
And the aliens want to come here. Versus human trafficking, that could occur with illegal aliens or with U.S. citizens, where you're basically, forcing them to do work that they don't want to do, peonage, sex trafficking, whatever it may be, right? It's very broad with what you make them
Hit
do.
the
Whatever.
like
So
button, y'all.
Coyote
Hit the
grabbing
like
about
button.
like 35 Mexicans and just throwing them in the back of the shit, throwing 50 bananas on them and just say, we drive into motherfucking
Absolutely.
Laredo, Texas.
That is 8 U.S.C. 1324, alien smuggling, versus the human trafficking. It's a Title 18 code, completely different, not in the INA. So, so the thing with human trafficking, I'm not saying it doesn't occur, but it's not as prevalent and not as common, and most importantly, not as commonly prosecuted. And I know this, any HSI agent that's watching this, or anyone that FBI from Human Trafficking Task Force, they'll tell you. You get the witness. Yeah, I want to. He's trafficking me. My pimp is an asshole. 2 days later, nah, I don't want to. Nah, I was just mad. He's not really trafficking me. I kind of want to do this on my own. So, the problem with human trafficking is it's extremely reliant on testimony. And anytime a case is heavily reliant on testimony, you run into problems.
Appreciate it,
because
man.
the people that you're
Appreciate it.
relying on for testimony tend to not be credible. Prostitutes, people that are drug addicts, etc. Now in this case, Cassie's a drug addict. A couple of people in here, Diddy, etc. But they're rich and affluent, so it makes it a little bit different, more high profile. But a lot of the times, and she has a financial gain. She had a civil case, etc. So she's gonna see it through. She has an axe to grind. But a lot of the times, the prostitutes or the people that are being trafficked, I don't want to testify. They don't want to testify. You don't got a case. And since it's so reliant, it's not like drugs. Catch you with the drugs, bro, I don't want to cooperate. I don't give a fuck if you don't want to cooperate. I got you with 20 keys. You're cooked. You don't got to say a word. We're either going to do this controlled delivery or not. Poppy, okay, maybe I'll do it. All right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm glad you brought that up. And we're not trying to jump all around here, but we're trying to, hit
I got
these
all
big
night, bro.
topics,
We can
right?
give these guys all the value. This will be the most comprehensive explanation on how federal cases work. And with the state court thing, the other thing I will say, because you're saying it's lackadaisical, 100%. State court is a clown world because ADAs have way too many cases. Judges have too many cases. They're too bogged down. They don't have the time and the ability to be more refined in their process. In the federal court system, an AUSA might have 10, 15 cases on their plate total because AUSAs get the privilege of picking the cases they want to take. ADAs don't get that privilege. They're taking everything from murder one, like YNW Melly, all the way to disorderly conduct, to DUIs. They're taking everything, bro. So, unless they're in a special unit, whatever, they're getting all the bullshit. So a lot of the times they just don't have the resources and the ability, and they're underpaid. An ADA might get barely 50, 60, 70K per year, right? So a lot of times they take it to get the litigation experience and then go private sector, or they try to take the feds. But even the feds, a lot of the times, though they make six figures and they do pretty well, a lot of times they pick an AUSA job up to move into the private sector as well. Because if you get an AUSA, that's an extremely prestigious job. You'll get into any private law firm because these private world, they don't litigate shit, bro. You litigate in state court or federal court, you're above these loser ass consumer lawyers or whatever the fuck. They don't litigate shit. So it's a great way to get your feet wet. So that's what they do a lot of times. And then retention is tough. ADAs don't stick around. They don't get paid enough, and it's very stressful. So that's why the state courts tend to be, they have low conviction rates. They lose trials all the time. Cases get dismissed so much. Local police tend to be a lot more sloppy. Because think about it. Trooper stops you on the side of the road. You got a joint in your car. I'm arresting you. Well, you didn't get probable cause. How'd you get the probable cause? I don't know. And then, okay, well, this case sucks. Because they're dealing with criminals like right then and there, and they're making probable cause arrests right there and then. That's prone to a lot of mistakes. Versus the feds, they're watching you for 4 years.
Yo, it goes into also what you said though,
and
right?
they can't make an arrest unless they get.
And then describe the first day of court, what usually happens, and then we can relate to what you saw with Cassie.
Yeah, so as the case agent, right, like you become, if a case is gonna go to trial, you become the AUSA's bitch. So you put the whole case together, you gave them the stuff that they needed.
So the agent just keeps working?
Oh yeah.
Really?
You work even more now because, so most of the time you're hoping that the shit please.
Yeah, the feds don't like L's, man. Did he get off? They never gonna let him off the hook.
But if they actually decide to go to trial, now the AUSA's feet are to the fire. And guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna say, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. Right? Now normally you give enough for your grand jury package to kind of get the trial stuff going. But if they actually decide, no, we're gonna fight it, and then we're gonna fight it and we got a team like Diddy's team, yeah, you're gonna become the AUSA's bitch. Not only are you gonna become the AUSA's bitch, your entire group and your GS are gonna become the AUSA's bitch. The group supervisor.
Okay.
So the GS-14. So every FBI, DEA, everybody, there's groups. And the way it works is each group investigates different crimes. FBI calls it squads, HSI calls it groups. I think ATF calls it squads, whatever. DEA calls it enforcement groups. I'm getting into the weeds, but the GS is the GS-14. He's the supervisor. So all the reports that are written, anything that needs to get approved or whatever is going through him, then it goes up to upper management. The supervisor is the conduit to upper management to get your stuff approved. The agents that underneath the supervisor, they carry the cases. So you, as the case agent, when you have a case as big as this, everyone in your group is going to be involved in supporting. Like I told you before, 6 agents are there just doing security for Cassie, right? And there were even more in the back. I saw 6 just in a thing. There were like another 4 or 5.
So you think this is like security?
Well, they had to because they got to bring Cassie in and take her back home so that she doesn't get mobbed by the paparazzi.
Wow. Okay, so we've heard this being mentioned.
You know what that must be like, y'all? People, I don't even think she's, and then mind you, she's back in Connecticut, y'all. She's back in Connecticut. So that's what they say. You know what it must be like to have to go home and keep your ass in the house the whole time? Because if you go outside and people see you, it's a wrap. And they got to keep her safe.
A lot, and again, we're still in the preparation stage of a main key witness of a case that's this big.
Oh, so the case agent gets everything that they need. You become the AUSA's bitch. So I know that this case agent guy, he's working his ass off, getting everything that they need, and that's like leading up to the trial. Then when the trial starts, as things go on, they're gonna need more shit.
So before the trial starts, and because we've heard this a lot, and Diddy's defense strategy right now. We saw it with Dawn Rashard. I hate calling her that. It's Richard. But whatever. She's trying to be a little French. All right, Rashard. So Dawn Rashard, apparently Diddy's defense team up on Cross, they keep going over pre-trial interviews, answers, mixed with your civil complaint allegations, than what you said on direct, or like they're trying to like, hey.
They got Cassie like that too.
Yeah, you've said this 3 times, but you said it wrong. How many interviews or like preparations that are then put into the record? Because this has to go in the record.
So let's go. Let me hit Cassie first. So we're Cassie. So this is a perfect example of a civil case coming in and fucking up the criminal case.
Okay.
So let's start with Cassie first. She makes the allegation that Diddy raped her.
Yes.
Right. And she makes the allegation. She says that the allegation happened in her complaint, in her civil complaint, and I think in interviews with agents in September.
So in her civil complaint, she says after Burning Man, that's when it happened.
Yeah, or before Burning Man, one of the two.
Yeah, but it was a month. There's a month difference. And
yes.
It seems that, and you know, I really want you to speak to the idea of this, you know, the AUSA flushing out these points, because it looks like for a civil complaint, you're dealing with a civil attorney. Yes, Douglas Wigder is a pretty good civil attorney. He got you the bread. Shit, $20 million. Who gonna complain?
He was there too.
But here's the thing. I feel, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, AUSA is gonna be like, wait, hold on, the dates aren't matching up, even for this little small point, because she readjusts the date from her civil complaint that never went to court. She got paid, and when
I'll tell you why she readjusted it.
Okay.
During the prep.
Yes.
So her civil case comes through, right? She says, I think she alleged September that she got raped, right? Well, the problem is that the text messages don't line up with that. So when the AUSAs are doing discovery and they're going through the text message with a fine-tooth comb over this rape allegation, they find out, bro, this happened in August, because they got the Diddy text the day after. That's how they knew.
Let me ask you a question.
So she got actually allegedly raped August 20th.
So let me ask you a question.
2018.
Like today I'm watching Tony Does.
Bruh. This is getting nasty. This is getting, and this is the reason I want to press through this with y'all. This is people, fellas. See, because we probably be the ones to go through this. Whenever they want to get you, they'll change dates, change things, because if you don't catch it, then you don't catch it. They're not, people, you know it's not a crime to lie, right? You know that, right? Now, if you're tampering, that's a little different. If, hey, you missed it, look, we put the wrong date. Who the fuck cares? People.
he's on Piers Morgan. He's talking about why he dropped a few cases, also talking about the Cassie testimony. Yeah. And he said, they're like, hey,
he's the worst.
They said, would you like to backpedal on some of the stuff you alleged against Jay-Z? And he's like, no, the person who came to us for Jay-Z, one lawyer vetted them, then our team vetted them. Compared to an AUSA vetting somebody's story, and then, like, say, a civil attorney. Yeah. What would you say the levels or difference is?
Bro, it's night and day. For a civil attorney, they just need preponderance of the evidence. That's 51%. For AUSA, you need beyond a reasonable doubt. And then not only do you need beyond a reasonable doubt, your reputation's on the line. You're a United States attorney. You come from the Southern District of New York. Like with these attorneys, they don't lose. This is the same prosecution office that went after La Cosa Nostra. This is the first prosecution office that, like, you know, Giuliani went after the mafia. This is the same office that put Tekashi in jail. This is the same office that went after Casanova. Some of the biggest RICO cases, organized crime cases, were out of the Southern District of New York. The only 9/11 prosecution, Zacharias.
I was going to say R. Kelly, but that's Eastern District.
Yeah, I think he was out of Brooklyn. But either way, like, they're ops. They fight each other. But regardless, two very prestigious firms, two prestigious AUSA's office. So
everybody's scared.
They're held to a way higher standard.
When you hear SDNY,
oh, it cooked, bro.
If they're on an indictment, it's over.
Yeah, I've never seen them lose.
Okay.
They have a reputation. So, and I can get into my predictions on what I think is going to happen with this Diddy case.
Does the interview that Cassie did with them, does that go on? Because Diddy's lawyer clearly knew she told investigators something different.
Yes, so they had the reports. They read the ROIs. So they read the HSI ROIs.
What's that?
Okay, sorry. So every agency writes reports of investigation. For HSI, it's called ROIs. For the DEA, it's called the DEA-6. For the FBI, it's called the 302. So these are reports of investigation where, you know, they document their stuff. Now, when they went and they debriefed Cassie, she sat down with prosecutors and she sat down with agents. Now, the fact that she sat down and AUSAs were there leads me to believe that it was under a proffer, which means she basically is able to talk without being prosecuted, because normally AUSAs don't want to be witnesses to interviews. But when an AUSA is there, that's like almost a telltale sign that it's under a 5K proffer, which would make sense because technically she committed crimes too by fucking getting escorts.
Okay, so now we're getting to some
people are. He just said it. Technically, Cassie committed crimes too. People, hold up.
So these are reports of investigation where, you know, they document their stuff. Now, when they went and they debriefed Cassie, she sat down with prosecutors and she sat down with agents. Now, the fact that she sat down and AUSAs were there leads me to believe that it was under a proffer, which means she basically is able to talk without being prosecuted, because normally AUSAs don't want to be witnesses to interviews. But when an AUSA is there, that's like almost a telltale sign that it's under a 5K proffer, which would make sense because technically she committed crimes too by fucking getting escorts.
Okay, so I'm seeing that now we're getting to somewhere good now. I like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
People better like the goddamn video, bro. And subscribe to your channel, subscribe to my channel. We give some sauce.
Well, here's the thing. I think both of our audiences
hit the like button, y'all.
Like really good at getting shit.
Yeah.
Because what we're talking about right now is
we're getting in the weeds.
Well,
which is good though.
It's really high level shit.
Yeah.
So, because, you know, people hear these words being thrown out, right? So it's different if you have either maybe a local officer that's deputized to be federal, or you have an HSI agent, whatever, that's doing an interview. But yeah, if now you have the U.S. attorneys who are sitting there, it's most likely a proffer. So if you,
and I'll tell you how, I remember vividly. I would tell AUSA, hey, we're gonna go interview this high-level target. You want to come? They would always say no, and I'm like, why not? And they're like, I can't be a witness. And I was like, all right. They're like, but under a safety valve or a 5K proffer, I'll do it all day. And I was like, okay, cool. And the safety valve is basically the same thing as a proffer, but more for drug cases.
Okay, perfect. So
gives them immunity for the day. But that makes sene because Cassie was recruiting the escorts.
Okay.
So she had to get a proffer.
So what do you think that proffer looks like? You being maybe in similar situations.
Yeah.
Maybe not the same thing, but what do you think her proffer probably looks
Sure.
like.
So,
It's definitely, it
Bro, I'll
can't
go
be a
in with
5K1 letter because she's not being charged.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that needs sentence reduction or whatever.
You can get a 5K without basically. You can get a 5K even if you're not going to be charged.
What would be like? I would think it would be mostly immunity though, right? Because isn't a 5K1 letter it's a reduction or that's waiving the mandatory sentencing guidelines.
It could also be like used preemptively to like keep you from being charged too. It's like protection as well. But it's not used that often like that though.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now, so y'all listening. So the government and the agents are trying to make sure they keep Cassie from being prosecuted. Yeah, they just want Diddy. This is a manhunt, y'all. This is a manhunt. They want Diddy to take all the blame, y'all. This is not cool.
Because AUSAs don't like to do that because people feel like they're free. They don't got charges hanging over their head.
So, but do you think they're giving her like blanket immunity or something?
What I predict, again, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But what I think is
we never know.
Yeah, we'll never. Well, you know what? They never didn't ask in trial. What I predict is, this is me just predicting here. They gave her a 5K. They didn't indict her. They didn't charge her because she's a star witness. And then indicting her also would make them look bad because then they're going to say, well, you're only testifying to avoid charges.
Why do you think? By the way, I'm just going to bring it up. Why do you think Diddy's lawyer didn't bring up in front of
people? This is crazy because the truth is this: if she's only testifying to avoid charges, people, what they're saying is that she is guilty of a crime. People, hit the like button. Are you listening to the words? She's only testifying so she couldn't be charged. But remember, this is a double-edged sword. People, she already got paid. Technically, she's supposed to shut the fuck up. But look, now if you don't want people, this can be people.
the jury beyond the money aspect? Because they ask a lot of witnesses here, like, why are you here? Why didn't they say, hey, based on what you said, you've hired these people, you've done A, B, and C. Have you spoke with the government and gotten any deal that secures you from that's something we see sometimes.
Yeah. You want to know why?
Why do you think that didn't happen?
She got extra protection because she's a sex crime victim.
Yep.
So you think that's probably something either off the record or...
Not even, I think that is what it is. Whenever they were grilling her, there were times where they had her on the ropes. Government objected. 408, 413, and let me look it up, make sure I got it right, because I don't want your audience to be off.
So because they're labeling her as a victim, now that video of Diddy doing what he did in the hallway, that video is whack, y'all. That video, people, I am not going for Diddy. I'm not going for Diddy. I don't give a fuck. Lock this man up. Lock him up, y'all. He is not on trial for what they're speaking of. This is why Cassie had to take her deal to people. If you take a deal to avoid charges, that means what? That you are guilty. You are a co-conspirator. That means that they did this. They're gonna keep you from this, but you gotta do this for us. And people are out here like, she's a victim. People, it's impossible. Hit the like button, y'all. This isn't...
I just want to make sure.
So they probably objected to this, or they worked it out like, yo, you're not going to bring up.
Yeah, so Federal Rule of Evidence 413, sometimes I get the numbers confused, but 413, basically similar crimes as sexual assault cases. So they were using all types of objections, but one of the ones that she gets to enjoy is, since she's a victim of sexual crime, she gets certain benefits that other people don't. Why do you think they were able to cook Dawn to a significant degree that they weren't able to cook Cassie to?
They put her ass on a skillet, man.
Bro, they destroyed her. And I could go over the things that they did. But okay, so with Cassie, let's go through this, and then we'll go over the thing.
They were.
That is literally, I was a paying guest. I was the one who booked the hotel. That video has severely changed my life. I need my 10Ms too.
Bro, I'll tell you this. If Diddy beats this, there's going to be hell to pay, bro. Nigga, he's suing everybody.
Hold up. People. Let's rewind that. Let's rewind this. Hit the like button, y'all. People, this live stream was 5 hours ago. People, who heard me say last night, if Diddy walks from this, nigga, the Fuck You tour is going to, nigga, Diddy's gonna be like this. Bad boy. You make me feel so good. You know you make me feel so good. That nigga's gonna be hitting everybody with lawsuits. People, who was there yesterday when I said, if Diddy walks, this is the people, listen to me. This is the only reason why they are fighting to keep Diddy in there. You know how many people are gonna get hit with lawsuits? Everybody is getting sued. People. Franchise, what up? Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. We got 174 in the live stream. People, you heard me say this in last night's stream. If Diddy walks, y'all niggas better watch out. I already told you yesterday, Diddy already got, because Cassie was already paid in civil court. So why is she in court testifying? So Diddy's already suing for affirmation of character. So he's gonna get that 12, that 20 right back. He's gonna get it right back because, like he just said, they made a deal with Cassie. Listen, we're gonna prevent you from being prosecuted. We're gonna make sure you don't get charged with nothing, but we need you to do us this favor. But listen to what Myron says. People, why aren't y'all listening to me? People, do you not see that I'm saying shit days in advance before everybody else is saying it? So nobody else is listening to me. All right, let's keep going.
That is literally, I was a paying guest. I was the one who booked the hotel. That video has severely changed my life. I need my 10Ms too.
Bro, I'll tell you this.
I want to hear this.
What happens when you have the money and the, I mean, you're paying people to wear Diddy shirts and shit. So
you think he's paying people that directly?
It's his team.
Probably, okay.
100% his team. So, you know, and notice how like they're starting this thing now as like the witnesses are starting to get a little bit weaker, and they're like finding like, you know, chinks in the armor a bit. Then they're like, all right, let's roll out the t-shirts. Niggas wear these t-shirts in front of the courtroom. I ain't see them, but
the narrative is kind of starting to change a bit.
A little bit. I mean, even for me, bro, I'm telling you, like, you know, the witnesses, like, they have, like, Cassie, they beat her up a good amount on the stand. Her promiscuity, drug use, the fact that she didn't want to leave, the fact that she was living a certain lifestyle, she got all these benefits. They sit there and say he didn't progress her career, but then again, he put her on with Kid Cudi. She got songs with some of the top artists. She did put out a mixtape. You know, you can make the argument, well, maybe she was lazy. Was it really Diddy that was holding her back when he put her in touch with all these artists?
She said at a point, and I don't know if she expounded on this. She said her job was to train for freak-offs. How do you train for a freak-off? I've been trying to figure this shit out.
Well, this is exactly what she said. She said basically her day was
How quick you could get doused in baby oil?
She would get told to do a freak off. She start hitting up the escorts. She start booking the hotels. She start doing her nails, picking up lingerie because she had a couple of sex shops she would go to get the outfits. She would show the outfits to Diddy, make sure he liked them or he didn't like them. And she would just do all the coordination, and then she'd do the freak off that would last who knows how long. And then she would say she was doing a freak off like every week, and it would last somewhere between 1 day to 4 days. So like half the week, and then she's recovering the rest of the time. So she said she had a very tough time making music and being productive. But she was living a certain lifestyle, so like, she was getting everything paid for, whatever. So you can make the argument like, bro, she could have been left. So my thing is, and then the defense really did attack, like the Intercontinental that she got 10M from them, that nobody knew that. That was like a breakthrough.
That's why I said to my audience.
And this is what I said. See, nobody knew she got 10 M's from the hotel because they kept it quiet. People, because you're taking money. You can't settle out of court and then testify. So this is why they kept it quiet, because it would hurt. It would hurt the prosecution. Hit the like button, y'all. It's crazy. And then when it came out, that's when all these civil suits, over 60 civil suits, lawsuits against Diddy. Crazy.
I said, hey, if you think Diddy only is hiring these lawyers, that's investigator work. Investigators found that out. That's not in discovery.
Oh, yeah.
Cassie's not saying that. Somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
And you can tell that they just got that info.
And I could tell that she
was right before trial.
She was a little bit rattled, and she knew she couldn't lie, and she had to admit to it. And I'm actually surprised that, I'm pretty sure she was
smart.
like,
they asked her, did you file a lawsuit? She said no. Oh, okay. Did you file a demand?
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, so she covered herself a little bit.
Did you file those? Nope. She said, I haven't filed. I'm not involved in any more litigation. I've not filed any more lawsuits.
Yep.
And I don't plan to.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how they locked her.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was shrewd.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let's do some scoring a bit of defense versus...
Crowd went crazy, by the way, too, when they said she got 10M. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yo, she's a bag chaser.
And also, not only that, the jury wasn't happy with the rape situation either.
Let me ask you a question.
Are you listening? People, are you listening? The jury was not happy about the grape situation. Why? Because look at everything that steamrolled. She claimed to have been allegedly, or she did whatever. I'm not here to prove anybody innocent. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. She said she was raped, then went back a few weeks later. She was raped in August, but in September went back to Diddy to have consensual intercourses. See, people, little things like that, jurors don't like. Then, for them to find out that she was with Alex and her husband is in the courtroom, jurors don't like that. People, when I tell you, if Diddy walks, it's gonna be bad. I don't want to be nowhere near New York City, y'all. I don't want to be nowhere near. People, hear me out. Do y'all see what's going on in the world today? Everybody, y'all see on TikTok, everything, women are like, where are the men? Men don't want to date us. Like, they don't take us on. Where are the guys? Do I gotta go to Home Depot? Do I gotta go here? Like, where are the men? Where are the good men? Where are the good men? Men are staying clear away from women because of shit like this. People, who, not to go off topic, but just hear me. Who heard of the cyber brothel? If you heard of the cyber brothel, put a 1 in the chat. If you heard of the cyber brothel, put a 1 in the chat. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. People, listen to me. Who remembers last year when I said they are making brothels? The government is trying to figure out how to make brothels legal. People, oh, you crazy. Yo, Mike, you be reaching, man. You reach too much. I don't like you, man. You be reaching too much. People, women want to sell themselves. They just don't want you, the man, to control how they sell themselves. Hold up. You don't think so? Hold up. You don't think so? Ready? Women, we don't want you. Don't objectify us. Cool. We stop doing it. OnlyFans. Twerk videos all over the internet. All you see is side profile pictures. They selling themselves. A man gotta spend $250 on a date. The Cheesecake Factory ain't good enough for me. I spend money on all my makeup and stuff, so now you gotta show me effort. People, they're selling themselves. Women are monetized. People. And then they sit here and say, my body, my choice. Take it. Your body, your choice. Then they want to be in places like, what is it? Is it Minnesota? That now women could walk outside with their breast out because breasts are not considered a sexual part of the body. This is why I tell you guys, hit the notification button. People, I like to live stream a lot of different topics. You guys gotta join up on my other live streams, because this is how sometimes you'll hear me say something and you don't see how it connects, but I'm helping you understand. This is all connected, y'all. He said, they're not hearing you. True. Of course they're not hearing me, because all they want to care about is Cassie and Diddy, but they don't understand how all of this is connected. How all of this is connected. Y'all need to be there tomorrow morning when I do Man Talk. We ain't talking about that right now, cause y'all guys don't, y'all ain't listening to me. I'm gonna let this man talk. Listen.
I know this.
They were like, "What the fuck, man?" Like, even the dudes were like, "Bro,
this is gonna be redundant." Now that
Me Too shit getting out of control.
Well, we can talk about that too, but this is gonna be a redundant question.
Yeah.
If they settle with Cassie for 10 M's, granted, Diddy seems
Intercontinental or Diddy?
Intercontinental.
Oh yeah.
They settle with Cassie, for 10
That
M's.
nigga fucked up,
right?
Flores fucked that one up.
No, but here's the thing: if granted, Diddy is the aggressor in these videos, but Diddy's life has changed from this. If he beats his case, I need 10 M's too. Come on. If I beat this case, that video heavily prejudiced an entire nation against me, the whole jury pool. That is literally, I was a paying guest. I was the one who booked the hotel. That video has severely changed my life. I need my 10 M's too.
Listen, it makes sense. It makes sense. People, you know what it is? Because y'all guys don't understand how the legal process works. I would sue them too. Let's keep listening.
Bro, I'll tell you this. If Diddy beats this, there's gonna be hell to pay, bro. Nigga, he's suing everybody. We might even get cooked.
Listen, hear me. This is, people, hear me out. And Myron is correct. Myron is correct. Let me tell you how Myron is correct. I showed you guys who was there last summer See y'all, some of y'all are new here. Hi, my name is Michael May. I'm the host of True Hall of Fame. Here on this channel, I do gaming content. I do man talk where I try to keep men on their game, P's and Q's in life. And then from time to time, we touch topics like this. If you're a content creator listening to me, listen to what I'm about to say. If you are a content creator listening to me, hit the like button, y'all. I did a video last year telling people YouTube has changed their policies and procedures. YouTube people, when you get the notification, let me see if I got one right here on my thing, on my phone. Hopefully I still got it. Alright, I'm gonna try to show this to you guys without showing the whole thing. Let's see. Right about there. You see it? Unwrap new revenues with gifts and okay. People, I have my wife read all that. My wife is good with reading policies and all that shit. I let her do that. Take your time before I agree to anything. Listen to me. Look what he said. Shit, Diddy come first. If Diddy gets out, people like Tessa, he can sue her. Because this is why you always hear me say, I am non-biased. I practice being non-biased. I don't give a fuck about Diddy. I'm on the side of the law. And y'all see, I've stood on this the whole time. The whole time I have said, I am on the side of the law. But according to the law, what Diddy's on trial for is not what they're presenting to the case. I'm going strictly off of what they're presenting. But when you have content creators trying to sway, listen, you don't think Diddy has a team sweeping the internet? You have male content creators like, I don't give a fuck what Diddy's on trial for. Him hitting a woman, lock him up, lock him up. Lawsuit. Now, Myron, see, because you guys don't know how to remain neutral. You're too emotionally invested. Don't people hear me? It's the same way how I told you guys last summer, right? Those who y'all know I make 2K content. Let me just show you an example. Look at the bottom screen, y'all. So I was the first content creator in the gaming sphere to do this. While I'm playing a game, I like to have highlights rolling on the bottom of my screen. I created that out of my brain. That is my intellect. Now, though I am using 2K format, different things of nature, but the invention of this process is mine. It's mine. If somebody else is caught doing what I'm doing, once they hit 5,000 views, if it's 4,999, I can't do anything. Once it hits 5,000 views, that revenue comes to me. But because you don't view your terms and service, because y'all think it's the same. No, it's not. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop hijacking. And when you are on these platforms and you're trying to sway, why do you think the last stream before this one, where I'm like, look at the ignorance of my people. Oh, lock Diddy up. What he did is wrong. He shouldn't have hit her. We know that he shouldn't have hit her. Diddy already did a whole spill. I'm sorry, I was in a dark place. Cool. I'm not saying, now Diddy, if you watch this, I'm not saying the world's gonna forgive you, but that's not what you were on trial for. So I don't give a fuck what you did. I don't care. I don't care. I am standing behind justice. The same way, if it was any of you guys, I would stand behind you. Am I understood? So I'm happy. I want you to hear it again, because what Myron said was a fact. Was a fact.
That is literally, I was a paying guest. I was the one who booked the hotel. That video has severely changed my life. I need my 10Ms.
Bro, I'll tell you this. If Diddy beats this, there's gonna be hell to pay, bro. Nigga, you suing everybody.
Now I will say this. Now that part is key, y'all, cause I've been nailing that part home. Diddy's coming for Hot 97, Breakfast Club, all social media platforms trying to spin the narrative. He's coming for everybody. Why do you think I'm so careful, y'all, with the way I speak? I'm not trying to sway you. I never swayed my people. I don't sway people. I'm not here to persuade you to believe what I believe or not. I'm here to give you information, and I want you to understand. That's it. Common sense.
We might even get cooked.
No, his team already hit me up. They cool with me. I talked to Diddy in jail. I was like, all right, Playboy. He said, Playboy, you know, I ain't got no problem with you. I was like,
you spoke to him?
Yeah.
Why he was in jail?
I ain't tell you this.
No.
People, are you fucking listening? Are you fucking listening, bro? What the fuck is happening on my live stream? What the fuck is happening on my live stream? The nigga academic said Diddy's team already spoke to me. He said I spoke to Puff, and Puff said, you good, nigga. You good. People, I'm gonna say this again. Everybody who is talking in a manner trying to persuade people to think one way and to not, Diddy is coming for you. Let's listen, y'all. People, we could all understand English. We all understand. English just became the official language of America. Before it was Spanish. Now the official language of America is on the books. On the books, it is English. Listen to me.
That is literally, I was a paying guest.
I
was
just
the
said
one who
this
booked the hotel.
for the past
that
4
video
days.
Severely changed my life. I need my 10Ms too.
Bro, I'll tell you this. If Diddy beats this, there's gonna be hell to pay, bro. Nigga, you suing everybody. We might even get cooked.
No, his team already hit me up. They cool with me.
His team already hit me up. They cool with me.
I talked to Diddy in jail. I was like, all right, Playboy. He said, Playboy, you know I ain't got no problem with you. I was like,
You spoke to him?
yeah.
What?
He said, Playboy, I ain't got no issue with you. Now that's a New York term. Like when us New Yorkers we supposed to tell you, yo, what up, Playboy? That's how we greet men. Like, yo, what up, Playboy? Like,
Why was in jail?
I ain't tell you this.
No.
What?
No.
You want me to tell you a story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm chilling.
Listen to that shit, though. I hope you know that.
No, I know.
Yo, they listen to all this y'all call, bro.
Okay, I guess.
Besides the privileged conversation, they're not listening to lawyer shit, but they're listening to you, bro.
No, he was calling a lot of people.
You see? Myron's like, hey. Myron don't want no smoke. Myron like, me not want no problems, my friend. Me not want nothing. No fear. Me not want nothing. Myron's like, nigga, I don't want to hear no conversations of no, cause don't drag me into no shit. But Ack was speaking to Diddy while he was in prison. People, why don't you listen to me? This is why I tell y'all, please be careful what content creators you guys are listening to. Because if Diddy gets off and your favorite content creator goes missing, I don't want you to, and I'm not saying missing as far as like took them and threw them behind a van. No, when their page gets taken down and they get sued up the wazoo, it's over. It's over. This is why I remain neutral. And I keep telling y'all, this is one of the reasons why I keep remaining neutral. I have to keep on expressing myself throughout every live stream when it comes to this stuff, telling you guys I am neutral. I am not with Diddy. I'm not with Cassie. I am on the side of the law. And according to what the law is stating, they haven't proven anything against Diddy. Just saying, y'all.
So I know it wasn't me. But because they did bring it up in court when he tried to get bail.
Oh, they brought you up?
No, not me. But the way how the conversation happened, I'll tell you.
Okay.
So I was here. Who did we just interview? Because YK was here with me. I can't remember who. But we're chilling in there. Tekashi 6ix9ine locked up.
Oh, he was locked up with him, wasn't he?
6ix9ine
probation
calls me.
violation.
6ix9ine calls me.
Bro, what's wrong?
So 6ix9ine's brother calls me.
Okay, I got a question on 6ix9ine after this.
Okay,
I don't want to
6ix9ine brother calls me. I get on the phone and say, "Yo, Danny wants to talk to you." I said, "Oh, put him on." He said, "All right, hold on." I put him on the phone. He put him on the phone. He's like, "Yo, Ack, what's up, man? How you doing, bro?" He's like, "Everything good." And I'm gonna be honest with you. Me and 6ix9ine, we have like an interesting relationship because, like, that's my guy. But also, at times I give him like that big brother love because, bro, I really want to see my boy win, bro. My career was
You stuck by him.
Bro, I still stand by him. But
you stuck by him at his worst times.
Yeah, but I really still stand by him. But I also,
yeah.
And I'm telling
Even
him,
now.
and I'm telling him, I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta stop doing some shit. Like, and I'm kind of reaming him out a little bit on the phone, but not really because I understand that he's locked up. And he's like, yeah, I know, bro. Like, I'm doing A, B, C, and D. I'm about to do blah blah blah. Cool. And then he's like, yo, bro, but yeah, no, yo, Ack, I did call you because like, yo, I wanted you to talk to somebody and like, yo, he's like, Diddy, like, yo, he locked up with me. And I'm just thinking generally in this building. And he's like, yo, how is it with you and him? I'm like, man, it ain't really shit. Like, he been locked up. I mean, at one point, I think he was like hitting me up about like, yo, Miami, but it ain't really nothing. He's like, yo, Ack. He's like, I fuck with you, my friend. He's like, I met Diddy in here. He think he don't fuck with him. And he told me real quick, he said, when I came in here, Diddy was depressed and was sleeping all day. And I was like, wait, you see Diddy? He's like, no, we're in like this private thing. It says it's me, Diddy, XBF, and he was just like, it's all these high profile
Sam
people.
Bankman-Fried, yeah.
And by the way, Estevio, I believe. She's SBF's lawyer, and she did Cassie Cross. Go look it up. He hired when he got out. He didn't get out nor SBF, but he hired SBF's lawyer in the last month and a half. I think it's Estevio, but someone
he picked up Steele like in the last month too.
And for what people told me, Diddy in jail around these high-profile inmates. Sam Bam McFree's a billionaire. He tells like, yo, she's good. You gotta get her. He adds her to the team. But anyway, Six is like, yo, whatever. He's like, yo, I've been telling him, yo, dog, you can't just be here just like depressed all day, just sleeping all day. You got to fight this. And he said, Diddy asked him, what does that mean? Because he's thinking, well, I have the lawyers who are fighting. He said, yo, you're getting killed because like every day in the media, 6ix9ine's the media guy. I've always said 6ix9ine, he's a cool rapper. I do like songs from him because maybe I'm biased. He's my friend, and also he makes hot songs when he used to back in the day. But I think 6ix9ine's the best marketer in the game. He understands media like no one else. So he tells Diddy, he's like, yo.
You know what? I'll say this too because I've said this. I've been saying this for years. I think his return from jail. Yeah. The Gooba marketing push was one of the greatest marketing pushes I've ever seen in my life. He was able to take the rat thing and make it a joke and laugh at everybody, and he did the rat emoji in the music video.
Right. Yeah, Tekashi is a marketing genius. He is, man.
One of the biggest trolls I've ever seen in my life.
It was all him.
Had all the street niggas angry, losing their minds.
Yo, the first, before he got locked up, his label spent $0 marketing dollars. He would just cook up thing after thing every day. They didn't spend no money. Anyway, so.
Oh, that was just all him, guaranteed. Nobody put money into it.
His label, to the point, his label would send private jets for his bitches. Just because they had so much money, his marketing dollars don't spend. They don't spend his marketing. They're not paying me. 6ix9ine's my guy. It's almost like quid pro quo. Like, he's supporting me, I'm supporting him. Yeah. He's cooking up viral shit every day. They're not spending marketing dollars. Artists of his
because
level,
he was doing it by himself.
Yes. Artists of his level, that's millions of dollars that you don't have to spend because you're cooking it up yourself. He would just tell them, yo, fly these 2 bitches here, give them this, and his label would just start be his personal booker for bitches. Guaranteed. Because he has so much money in marketing.
Yeah. And they gotta spend it too.
They gotta spend it by before the end of the year. So it's like he would just say ridiculous things. That's why later on he's like, all right,
it's actually incredible that he was able to do this just off Instagram. I remember, does he still have the highest IG live? Or does someone break that record?
No, in hip hop, but like some Hispanic person or some overseas person.
Half the world speaks Spanish, man.
Okay, so I'm talking to 6, and he says,
it's true. Listen, y'all. If I start taking my Spanish side seriously, I know I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican. If I start taking my Spanish side seriously, this channel would explode. Listen, but I don't like playing race cards. But if I always pushed it, like, you know what I'm saying? Yo soy puertorriqueño y dominicano. Nigga, this channel, I want to do it on my own. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it is what it is.
He says, yo, I want to put you on the phone with Diddy. Like, yo, I just want him to talk to you because I've been telling him he got to tap in with the media because he got to change the narrative. Because right now, everybody don't even know him or know the truth. They think he's guilty. And
you know what I will say?
People. I'm gonna start making bets with y'all niggas, man. I wish one of y'all niggas would go up against me. I wish one of you niggas would. Dare challenge my intellect. And what I've been saying for the past week before people are saying it right now. People, Diddy has a team watching. Hey, Diddy's team, shout out. Listen, I'm not here for Diddy and I'm not here for Cassie. I'm on the side of the law. And according to what the law says, it's looking like your man walking away. You heard? Let's just leave it at that. But look, he said you gotta spin the narrative. You're listening to him.
say, now that you mention this?
This is why I'm playing this.
That's a good point. Because Diddy, after 20...
And this is the reason why I like to react to certain people's videos. Because there are certain... I think you guys should be. I think you should be subscribed to Myron Gaines. Shout out to Myron Gaines. I think you should. 100%. Him being an ex-FBI agent. Look at Academics. Academics is on the phone with Diddy. Tekashi's like, yo, you gotta spin the narrative, man. Cause if not, you're gonna have the court of public opinion. You don't want them to sway people before they even touch the court. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Let's go. Let's show some love.
2015, you ain't hear from him, bro.
And other than
he was never a social media nigga.
He fell all the way back.
Yeah, he was never a social media guy. And this is a dude that dominated in the early... I try to tell these Gen Zers, like when I'm on stream, yo, you couldn't turn on the TV without seeing this guy in the 90s and the early 2000s. You couldn't. He was... Because here's the other thing I talked about. He blended races. He was hanging out with Ashton Kutcher. He was hanging out with Russell Brand. He was hanging out with rappers. He was hanging out... Like, this dude blended things. He was hanging out with rock star niggas, right? So, like, the thing with Diddy... I'll never forget, we ain't going nowhere, Bad Boys for Life, right? In the music video, he has rappers there, he has rock stars there. In the early 2000s, when it was like not cool to hang out with white niggas, right? Or not cool to hang out with rocker people, he was doing that. He was doing it before Jay-Z did the crash course with Linkin Park. He was doing all that stuff. And on top of that, he dominated television too. You making a band, MTV, MTV2, he was on BET, he was everywhere. So, like, he dominated like media in the early 2000s, and I feel as though, like, looking back now, 2020 hindsight, he never switched over to the Instagram, Facebooks, and the YouTubes of the world to a degree. For a while, like,
cause no lie, Diddy we just speak because they speaking on it. It's cause a nigga by the name of Khaled came out on fucking, what was the app? The green app. There was a green app where Khaled is the social media Don. He is the John Gotti of social media. Even now, when you see Khaled be like, catch the shoes, take your time. Now come up, get the watch. Hold on, wait a minute, slow down. Take your time. Because Khaled filled that void that Diddy just didn't fill. He became Mr. Social Media. If Khaled, nigga, let Khaled promote my page one day. Yo, shout out to True Hall of Fame. Nigga, I'm out of here, nigga. I'm out of this motherfucker here, bro.
Like up until like 2008, you gotta remember he was really instrumental in, Vote or Die and getting Barack.
Of course. But I don't even consider that a social media era.
Okay.
I consider social media era 2013 and above. I'm saying that's Instagram, Facebook don't count. Like I'm talking, yeah, he definitely got. Yeah. Yes, he was huge at getting Barack Obama elected. Actually, huge.
Yep, he was.
But what I'm saying is that 2013. I'm talking 2013 plus. I'm talking Instagram era, YouTube.
Yeah. After that,
Facebook, yes.
I think he let narratives
Facebook,
run
MySpace, yes.
So anyway, I'm thinking.
But that's a good point though that Tekashi caught on to, like, bro, you're not. You know what I'm saying?
So 6ix9ine says, yo, listen, dead. I want to get y'all on the phone. So I'm thinking it's like, all right, yo, I'm gonna call you back at this time. And I ain't gonna lie to you, it's the same thing that happened with like I think with Loose Cannon and Dirt. 6ix9ine literally said, hey, yo, Diddy, come here. And I'm thinking, all right, he's just saying some shit. Within 2.5 seconds, I hear, yo, what up, Playboy?
Oh shit!
It's Diddy on the phone.
Wow.
And I knew he was aware of shit because he's like, bro, listen, man. How's everything doing out there? And I'm like, yo, everything's good. And he's like, yo, I just want to let you know, I never had a problem with you. And that was he was aware of whatever, because I was out here publicly saying, yo, I think Diddy tried to invite me somewhere in London to line me because I was calling his side chick, Young Miami, a prostitute and whatever. And he had hit me one time. I was kind of like, bro, you're fucking up my pimp game. So I'm like, maybe he was trying to, you know what I mean? Like, give me a lesson type shit.
Okay.
And he quickly addressed, like, I don't got no problem with you. And he was just like, listen, man, I just want to tap in with you. And, we gotta put some good energy in the world. Like, he was speaking ambiguous because it was being recorded.
Of course.
Because obviously it's on the jail call. It's a 6ix9ine jail call. And he then says, hey, I want you to get in touch with my son. And he was just like, the last thing he said, Christian, not Christian, Justin. Then the last thing he said was,
they weren't there today.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, they weren't there today.
The last thing he said to me was,
because they was at prom.
What did he say? He said, I'm gonna see you when I get out. And I ain't gonna lie, that creeped me out. I was like, whoa, okay. It's like it's the first time I heard confidence in the voice of what he was saying.
Okay.
But what 6ix9ine was telling me that he was like, yo, he's moping around. He did not sound like that on the phone. He sounded pretty like, yo, I'm gonna see you when I get out.
Well, bro, I'll tell you this, man. The reason why it was moping around and it's making, because it's interesting how you're giving me information and then it's connecting things on my side. Bro, this guy had assistants do everything for him, bro.
MDC, bro.
Bro, and MDC is one of the worst prisons. Bro, you know how many people used to complain to BOP about MDC? Like, it's one of the worst prisons in America in the federal system in Brooklyn. But with Diddy, the reason why I was moping around so much is like, as I listened to this testimony, bro, he didn't lift a finger. Bro, so his assistants were at his house 30 minutes before he woke up, or an hour before, and they were getting shit ready. They were telling the cook, had the food ready. They were getting papers ready. Like, his life was literally handled from to every degree. He didn't have to worry about nothing, bro. He just like existed and showed up to wherever he needed to go. Bro, one of the duties is like, you need to have a boat for me ready when I go to Saint Tropez.
Oh no, no. Hey, listen. No, wait, no. Hey, I only called you because I'm watching the trial today, or I'm like and David James said this, and David James said this to me, or not to me, but he said this, but it resonated. Yo, David James, the personal assistant of Diddy, said he was working 20 fucking hours a day.
Yes,
wait,
bro.
hold on, you gotta listen to this shit. because now I'm like, yo, I might be overpaid. He said he was working 20 hours a day for $70,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Diddy, what? Yo, Diddy was using all the money for baby oil, bro. Facts. 20 hours a day, every day.
Yeah, bro.
You gotta wake up 20 minutes before Diddy.
Bro.
And
Now, lock up Diddy for that, dogs. Cause that nigga, I ain't working 20 hours a day for 75 grand, bruh. We not doing it. Now, it's bad enough that I can't sleep. My body won't let me sleep for no more than 30 minutes. I'm sorry. 4 hours, 5 hours in itself. But there ain't no way Diddy's assistant said he works 20 hours a day for 75 grand a year. Nigga, Diddy, how about we start at like 250, 300? Yeah?
to stay till 3 a.m.
You gotta be at his crib.
I was like, yo, Diddy had a real sweatshop.
You want me to tell you what the schedule was?
Yeah, okay, all right.
I'll find it. Go, keep going.
No. That's the only thing that really struck me, because you know I'm a pocket watcher to the max. Because I'm usually thinking, I'm like, yo, for Diddy to get people to conceal crimes for him, he must have been paying the bag. When I heard this thing was paying $70,000 and they were working 20 hours a day, hell nah. The free club just ended last year.
This is 2007. All right, so that's like maybe that's like 100 today. It's like 100 today.
Still.
Yeah.
I guess.
But
no, that's crazy.
Free costs?
Okay, all right. So that was 2007. Yeah, 70,000 at that time. Okay, because I thought it was like 2015, 2018. I'm about to be like, my nigga, ain't no way you paying me 70,000.
Yeah.
And you gotta clean the baby oil.
Yep.
You gotta do this. You gotta do that.
Yep.
Imagine you walking into a room and it's caked up semen on the sheets.
So this is what it was. He said Dio was his boss. She was the chief of staff. He was with Diddy every day before he's up every day. Have a file of all his business docs ready. News mention of him for the past 24 hours. Schedule all the business meetings that were ready.
Did you hear what he just said? Did you people? Are you fucking kidding me? And you think Diddy ain't gonna sue the whole world when he get out? People.
Hours a day, every day.
Yeah,
you
bro.
gotta wake up 20 minutes before Diddy.
Bro.
And had to stay till 3 a.m.
You gotta be at his crib.
I was like, yo, Diddy had a real sweatshop.
You want me to tell you?
Yo, Diddy listen, I'm living with you, Diddy. I don't care what crazy shit you got going on. I need a bedroom in your house, nearest to the front door. I need Diddy, I'm living in your house, my nigga.
What the schedule was?
Yeah, okay, all right.
I'll find it. Go, keep going.
No,
I'll find it.
That's the only thing that really struck me, because you know I'm a pocket watcher to the max. Because I'm usually thinking, I'm like, yo, for Diddy to get people to conceal crimes for him, he must have been paying the bag. When I heard this nigga was paying $70,000 and they were working 20 hours a day, hell nah. The Free Club just ended last year.
This is 2007. All right, so that's like maybe that's like 100 today. It's like 100 today.
Listen.
Still.
Yeah.
If
But
you
no,
conceal
that's
the
crazy.
free costs,
Yeah.
and you gotta clean the baby oil.
Yep.
You gotta do this, you gotta do that.
Yep.
Imagine you walking into a room and it's caked up semen on the sheets.
So this is what it was. He said Dio was his boss. She was the chief of staff. He was with Diddy every day. Before he's up every day. Have a file of all his business docs ready. News mention of him for the past 24 hours. Schedule all the business meetings that were ready.
He wants anywhere he was people. Y'all think that these celebrities don't want to see what's going on with themselves? People. A lot of content creators are about to be shut down. Y'all better subscribe to this channel, because I might be the last motherfucker standing. Because Diddy get out, he is suing everybody. Hit the like button, y'all. Let's get to 100 likes.
Call security, let them know Diddy's leaving to arrange the vehicles. Work from 6 p.m. They would work from 5 to 6 p.m. He'd do his meetings. Then he'd go to dinner. Then he'd go to the studio, work until about 3 a.m. Then they would either take him home or anywhere else he wanted to go, aka partying. And then 30 to 60 minutes before wake up, and he would work, just like you said, 20 hours typically. Made $70K per year with some overtime. Worked 6 to 7 days a week. Sometimes he worked 3 weeks in a row, no break. He had a writer, a list of items. He prepared all the rooms, hotels, concerts, etc., the way that he wanted. And he had a particular list for hotels versus a particular list for other places. He coordinated the security, D-Rock, Malik.
I mean, I can't lie, yo. Like, it's like me. I don't stay in places that the hotel doesn't key my floor. I'll pay the extra money. Wherever I go, even to this day, I need to be keyed to my floor. I don't need anybody just getting up on the floor where I'm at. I don't give a fuck if you think that I'm a celebrity or not. It's about my safety, so I understand that, Diddy.
Paulie, security bit with Big Tim. He didn't see any illegal weapons by security. Bonds, Paulie, and Tim in the beginning told him to stay in his lane because he was getting too ambitious. He also managed the households. Amanda he had a house in fucking Alpine, New Jersey that he helped manage with a woman named Amanda in Miami. Amanda managed a place in Miami, but he also helped with the place in New Jersey. What else here? Diddy had multiple girlfriends that he knew about: Kim Porter, Sarah, Tara, Yana, Cassie.
Nigga had bitches.
God, nigga.
With rhyming names, this nigga was a player.
That nigga said, now there's Keisha, Letitia, Linda, Felicia, Nas. I said, like, what the he DMX? What these bitches want from a nigga? Like, bruh.
And then it goes into how his interaction with Cassie, but those were some of his duties.
One thing I will say about Diddy, and I think Diddy's one of the smart, dumb criminals.
Yeah.
I think if you do crime, you're dumb.
Yeah.
I think he always did it in a way.
30 years.
Yeah, I think he was smart in a way of compartmentalizing.
Yes.
So, like, think about this. If you're doing all this wild shit and your assistants never see it, all the security guards claim they never seen a lot of that stuff either. Everybody had certain little things that they saw. By the way, there's 2 people who I'm expecting to be on the witness list. You can tell me how many witnesses are left. D-Rock or Roger Bonds. They've been mentioned by important key witnesses, also
I think Malik
assistants.
also will probably come. The Fahim guy.
Okay.
Because that's the one actually that like people name. I think he was real big mention in Lil Rod's thing. Oh, another bombshell for you. Lil Rod was the main person that provided all the probable cause for the search warrants. Fucking found that bombshell out.
Wow, wait, hold on.
Bro. Yo, they better like the goddamn video. I'm looking at your shit. Bro, you only got 1.3. Yo, they need to like your shit on King Academics.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like,
All right, y'all. We still got a lot of the video left. But listen, I'm going to leave it right there. I've been streaming for another 2 hours. My second stream of the night. I appreciate everybody tuned in the live stream, showing up, showing out, showing love. I'll be on in the morning. In the morning, y'all. In the morning. Tune in to Man Talk in the Morning. We're going to speak about these sexual robots and the brothels. People, the cyber brothels are here. Dudes smashing. We gonna see what's going on tomorrow. I'll see y'all in the morning. However I wake up, whatever I decide to talk about, that's what I talk about. That's how I operate. Y'all already know. Love y'all. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Y'all through Sabe. Y'all get some rest. Wepa.